What is going on, world? Good morning. It is 8:10 in the morning, April 28th. It is a Tuesday, and today I'm actually starting up a new book. So if you guys saw my last couple of vlogs, I actually just finished reading The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. It was a great book, so many takeaways, so much knowledge, so much history, and I absolutely loved it, but it was a long book. I think it's like 450 pages. So this book isn't as long. I have another war, I think it's The War of Art or The Strategies of War by Robert Greene that I want to read. But before I get into another Robert Greene book that's going to take me a month and a half, I thought I'd read this book here. So this is War Before Civilization by Lawrence H. Keeley, The Myth of the Peaceful Savage. So there's this narrative that I believe a lot of people in society believe, or at least some people definitely believe, that we were peaceful in our ancient ancestor times. Now, from the research that I've seen and studying, ancient tribes and tribes that are still kind of secluded from civilization in the world, there's war that goes on. And I think this is going to be an interesting book diving into kind of not the science, but the history behind all this. So on the back here, I'll just give a little snippet saying, for the last 50 years, most popular and scholarly works, sorry, it's morning time, have agreed that prehistoric warfare was rare, harmless, and unimportant. Lawrence Keeley's groundbreaking War Before Civilization offers a devastating rebuttal to such comfortable myths and debunks the notion that warfare was introduced to primitive societies through contact with civilization. So I can't wait to dive in this book. This book sounds fascinating. Anything that I believe challenges the common narrative that's going on in the world. And as he's saying there, the last 50 years, most popular and scholarly works have agreed that prehistoric warfare was rare. And again, everything that I've seen kind of rebuttals that. So I'm really excited to dive into this and see, what Lawrence H. Keeley has to say and what kind of information he has to provide in regards to this subject. But as I mentioned there, it's 8:10 in the morning. We're actually starting morning 7 a.m. workouts with the crew, with the clique. So you guys are probably watching that right now. Each day what we're doing is we're getting one of the team managers to lead the class. So yesterday, Mondays is my class. We did Monday meditation and yoga. And today, Adam Martin just killed us. He made us do 7-minute continuous plank. And if you had to stop your plank, you had to do 10 push-ups, 15 burpees, and 20 bodyweight squats, and then go back into your plank and hit the timer to keep going. So you guys are probably watching that right now. It was not a fun morning, that's for sure. I'm still feeling it in my legs, especially because yesterday I did a whole bunch of deadlifts and shoulder day and stuff like that. So definitely feeling it this morning. And yeah, if you guys saw on Instagram, you guys voted for me to keep the beard, and just recently I was like, oh man, this is really curly. So what do you guys think? Are you guys enjoying the curly mustache? Let me know in the comments section below, but I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later after I'm done reading a little of my book here. And today I'm gonna take you guys through another full day in my life as the Hungarian experiment. So let's get into it, world.
Hold up.
I am the Hungarian experiment.
Well, that was brutal. So today, Adam led this, and he made us do a 7-minute continuous plank. At any time you stop, you gotta do 10 push-ups, 15 burpees, and 20 bodyweight squats. Wow. Team flex. All right, 10:30 there. We're about to hop into our daily team meeting. There's Janelle. What's up, Janelle?
Hey guys.
So, yeah, team meeting. Catch up with you guys in a little bit. Here we got Spence joining in. Actually, I don't think I've shown Spence to the vlog yet. Hey, Spence, you want to say hi to my vlog? Hey,
yeah, what's good?
I haven't introduced you to my vlog.
You picked the day where I have the craziest hair, eh?
Hey, that's not my fault.
Yeah, I got floofy hair, what can I say?
And there's Spencer. All right, so our daily 10:30 team meeting.
A few moments later.
Bam, there we go. Only about like a 5-minute meeting. Mondays, we have a lot of meetings with the team, and we really try to reorganize our systems and structures. And we're actually like a lean, mean media team right now. So everything, like, we just had a quick 5-minute meeting. Are you on top of your stuff? You know what your expectations are? Perfect. We moved on. I got to do a few things for Matt's channel here, uploading some stuff to some private Facebook groups we got going on. And I didn't expect it to be nice and sunny today. The weather channel was saying it's going to be some pretty crappy weather for the next couple days. So I think I'm going to try to get out there and do some reading outside, soak up some of that free vitamin D. And then today I think I'm going to do a little bit of editing catch up for my channel. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a hangout with the Hungarian live stream. So you guys haven't seen this video yet, but that live stream should already be live. But if you guys are interested, weekly I'm doing these live streams, so come hang out with me. Just cover a whole bunch of topics that I don't want to make specific videos about. And yeah, later on today I'm going to be crunching out a bunch of thumbnails for Matt's channel. Speaking of Matt, there he is. Alright guys, 12:02. Gonna give you guys a quick little update. So I did sit out there for about half an hour to, yeah, I believe about half an hour. And this book is great so far. Really enjoying it, but it's not an easy read. Like, he's an archaeologist, and at least that's what I believe he is. But he's using some big words, like some big verbiage. The text is like very small font, so like I'm having to reread some paragraphs and stuff. But there's an interesting point here I want to share with you guys. So I'll make a page pop up here, but a Belgian archaeologist who has excavated many Iron Age burials was criticized by several colleagues at a recent conference for referring to burials from this period as warrior graves, even though they contain spears, swords, shields, a male corpse clothed in armor, and in some instances the remains of a chariot. The critics asserted that these weapons and armor were merely status symbols and had only a symbolic function rather than a practical military one. Similarly, copper and bronze axes from the late Neolithic and Bronze Ages, formerly referred to as battle axes, are no longer classified as weapons but are considered a form of money. The 5,000-year-old Austrian glacier mummy recently reported in the news was found with one of these monies mischievously hafted as an axe. He also had with him a dagger, a bow, and some arrows. Presumably, these were his small change. So it's interesting that even in history, there's a lot of bias. When there's a certain ideology that's out there, a lot of people put themselves into that ideology and don't think outside the box. They go find stuff and they're like, well, this is what we were told to say and told how to do it and told how to list it. So what I found was interesting here is that interpretive pacifications, so what he's trying to say is like, they pacified the way we looked at our ancient ancestors, but interpretive pacifications have been applied to archaeological finds from many other areas of the world. Such hypotheses about individual prehistoric artifacts and constructions are rarely implausible or manifestly wrong. Weapons and forts often do have symbolic significance, but these archaeological interpretations depend on rather tenuous arguments and assumptions and studiously ignore more violent interpretations directly supported by evidence. In short, they ignore the bella-osciously, see, like, he's using some crazy words here, obvious, for the peaceably arcane. These deconstructionist archaeological interpretations would be analogous to declaring that in contemporary Western culture, automobiles and trucks are only status of symbol, masculinity, and liberty, and that freeways are merely impractical ritual arenas for the enactment of ritual of status, masculinity, and personal autonomy, while never mentioning that these artifacts and structures are fundamentally a means of transportation. And honestly, when I read that outside, I was like giggling at that. I actually laughed out loud because this book was written in 1996, and this is what's still going on in a lot of science. If you guys are following me along in other videos, like red meat causes cancer is not backed by good science, and some other videos that I'm currently diving into, again, when people have this certain ideology, they're willing to back up almost anything to justify it. And as he kind of extrapolated out there in a funny way, is that if we take look at today's modern society and try to see how people 100 or 1,000 years would look back if they found, through archaeology, trucks and cars and freeways that they would see that as, if they compared that to how they're comparing archaeology today, they would see these things as status symbols, that freeways and cars were signs of masculinity and arenas to flaunt masculinity. Whereas that's not actually how it is. You have to really think outside the box for this stuff. So guys, again, this is a very heavy book, but if you're interested in these concepts, I really suggest checking out War Before Civilization. I'm really enjoying it so far. But back to productivity. All right, guys, 12:30, just wrapping up some edits there, and I'm about to break the fast with Mother Hungarian's bean soup. Look at that, full of celery, bacon, kidney beans. I think she usually uses black beans, but she just wanted to get rid of some kidney beans she has there, celery, carrots, and I think a bunch more stuff. I'm only at about 14 hours fasted right now, but I did do a 40-hour fast 2 days ago, so skipped a whole day of eating, and yesterday I actually ate a decent amount. I'll flash up on the screen here. I got some of that Great Canadian Bagel, and then I had a nice sirloin roast at the end of the night with a bunch of mushrooms. But after these workouts, now that I'm doing about 2 workouts a day plus doing hikes and walks, I'm actually getting hungrier throughout the day. As I mentioned, only 14 hours fasted. Typically, I'm going anywhere from 18 to 20, sometimes even 21 to 22 hours fasted. Again, I live life situationally, so I usually fluctuate with what's going on. Yesterday was a big team meeting day. We were doing Zoom calls throughout the whole day. Today's a lot looser of a day, so I'm just kind of going with the flow. But after this morning's killer workout, oh man, I'm feeling it and I'm hungry. So gonna smash down some of this bean soup and oh yeah, can't wait. And just wrap up the editing on this. I just need a nice little hook and some promo content that I'm gonna put on Instagram and Facebook. Then this video will be done. This is how experts see things differently. So in one of my latest videos called Red Meat Causes Cancer, Not Good Science, there was a piece in there from the first article saying only about 5% of nutrition studies are really good long-term randomized trials. Now, I wanted to know where Claire Wilson, the person who wrote that article, got that information from. I really can't find any direct sources on where she got that 5% number, but from doing some other research, I found this New York Times article that breaks down how, experts can interpret scientific studies very differently from each other, and is very interesting. So if you guys are into science, you guys are into learning how there's flaws in science and how science is weak, make sure you guys go check out that video. Again, that video should already be live from me recording this vlog, but yeah, go check that out, guys, because science, especially nutrition science, is very weak, and depending on the bias of the expert or just how they interpret the data, it can really affect what they're saying to other people out there. And then a media source takes that biased or that interpretation from an expert out there in the field, and then it's put out to the masses. And what I find is that people with certain narratives in the world who want to believe that a certain diet is better for you, or want to, have this long-held belief that is better for you, aren't willing to look at new data that's coming out. And what I find, again, with science being weak, especially in the nutrition area, is that there's constantly science refuting it. So you have to be really up to date and staying on top of this stuff, or just be aware that we're never going to really know if we keep doing the same ways, if we keep doing the same type of scientific testing on human beings, we're just never going to really know. So all we can do is get new data and new interpretations. But guys, go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But as I mentioned, time to break the fast, 14 hours with some nice homemade bean soup. Thank you very much, Mother Hungarian. All right, guys, so it is 3:49 there. Quick little update. So I wasn't able to show you guys because I needed both cameras there, but we just did a quick little photo shoot with Matt because we're actually going to turn him into a cartoon. So we did a whole bunch of different poses. We have a bunch of other photo shoots where he's in different clothing, like in a nice suit and stuff. But today we're just getting a whole bunch of nice poses where he's doing some interesting stuff, like pointing at the screen as well, you know, kind of looking all like crazy and upset. So this should be some fun. I'll give you guys a little update in the future on what his cartoon looks like, or hopefully you'll just be able to see on his social media of him turned into a cartoon. But Janelle's working on that, our media manager. I introduced you guys to her last vlog and showed you guys her a little today in the media team meeting, but I'm going to send these off to her. And we also shot a testimonial for Epic Alliance. So if you guys don't know, they're a real estate company, I guess you could call them, out of Saskatchewan. We went to go visit them a year or two ago. We flew down and we shot a whole bunch of videos. We spent like 4 or 5 days in Saskatchewan shooting videos, and it was a blast. And they've just been, you know, amazing people to work with. So we shot a quick little testimonial video for them, and now I'm just organizing content, going through SD cards, clearing everything up. Just got a whole bunch of notes and stuff there, so plugging away on the day. And it looks so nice out there. I think I might go out for a little bit longer, get another chapter in.
Later.
Another update. It is now 5:33. I went outside for about 15-20 minutes. I got through about 8 pages before the clouds rolled in. Back down here, got a couple apples all chopped up and a nice bowl of nuts and some raisins. Gonna munch this down and keep editing away. Keep doing some computer work here. Boom. Got a nice little thumbnail done up there for Matt's channel. It is currently 8:27 and I got a few more made up. I didn't get as many as I wanted to do, but I got a bunch of videos nice and scheduled and all listed out. So that's the one you just saw. Here's another version. So it's still him, but a different version for a different video. Then this is for that same video, but just a different picture with him. Kind of like him with the microphone there. And then got a 3-part series coming out with Kellen. If you guys don't know, me, Matt, and Kellen started up the Social Lab several years ago here in London, Ontario. That was an epic fail, but it was a great little initiative that we did. So this is for the 3-part series we got coming. So this is part 1, part 2, and part 3. Actually, I have part 2. Let me get it here. I forgot to put it in. So I actually did him on the other side there. Then I made one that's just kind of blank to see how that would look. So let me put this back up here. So I like when I do a 3-part series to have it. The thumbnails kind of look similar, so that way you know you're seeing the same 3-part series. So again, this is video 1. This is video 2 with him on the other side, but with different color background. Like I just switched the colors. And then this is part 3 for right now. So gonna review all these thumbnails and titles that I came up with Matt tomorrow. But this is what I spent the last hour or so doing here, making sure all the links are properly in the video, making sure there's end cards, monetization on the videos, all stuff like that. And now I'm kind of debating what I'm going to want to do here. I started watching the latest Joe Rogan Experience podcast with Tim Pool. I got like 30 minutes into it while I was making these thumbnails, and I had to pause it because they're talking about some crazy shit. So I really think I'm going to watch that tonight, and then I'm not too sure what I'm going to do right now. I should be making up a bunch of shrimp and some bunch of veggies, and I'm not sure if I discussed it in this vlog, but tomorrow I will be announcing in the Hangout with the Hungarian live stream that I'm going to be doing 100 days of carnivore. Then I'm going to give like a 3-week break where I go back to a normal eating lifestyle, and then 100 days of vegan as an experiment, and to really experiment and try out these diets for myself. I've seen a lot of people now who have been doing either carnivore or vegan for long term, like more than just a year or two, like decades. And I believe there's positive and negatives to both. With carnivore, I really haven't seen too many negatives. I believe with the vegan diet that you can live a vegan diet, but I don't believe it's the most optimal. Now I have some reservations there. I still got to dive further into the research, so feel free to grill me if you guys want, or disagree with me, or whatever you guys think. But I believe I'm going to start May 15th. I'm going to do 100 days of carnivore. So that means I have about 17 days of just normal eating, and I kind of want to like pig out and enjoy myself. Now, I'm not going to do that every day, of course. Like, I'm going to keep eating healthy and keep eating whole, healthy, nutritious foods as much as I can. But today I'm just like, man, if I'm going to go carnivore for 100 days and then I'm going to have, 3 weeks of normal stuff and then 100 days of vegan, that's going to be pretty much the rest of this year till about Christmas time. And all I can think about right now is getting some pizza, maybe some wings, and kind of just enjoying myself tonight. So that's what I'm debating here. So let's see what I do in the next hour or so.
Guys, if you have not seen this Post Malone Nirvana tribute, oh man, this is epic. If you guys are Nirvana fans, you have to go watch this. He crushes it, and Travis Barker's the drummer.
I don't even care if I get copywritten anymore. Alright, 10:35, and you guys guessed it, I got a pizza and some wings here. Definitely been a while since I've taken you guys through a cheat day. I honestly haven't had too many like excessive cheat days. Like, if you guys go back to like the first year or two I was on YouTube, I was having big, crazy, excessive cheat days. And the older I've been getting here, I've really been dialing them back just for personal, just because I personally don't enjoy them as much anymore. As I'm getting older here, and I've gone through those crazy like binge eating all the candy, doing the 10,000 calorie challenges, I still definitely do have cheat days and surplus days, but they're just really not excessive. Like today I showed you, I was still eating pretty healthy throughout most of the day, and then I'll have something like a pizza or something that puts me in a nice caloric surplus. But as I mentioned there, now that I'm going to be doing this carnivore diet, I wanted to enjoy myself. So having a cheat day today, I still want to do another 40 to 48 hour fast or two before I start the carnivore diet in about 17 days. So maybe one more cheat day and another surplus day or two before the carnivore diet, and that's going to be it for me there. Basically, you guys saw a little bit of my workout there, and before I started my workout, Matt actually came down. We had a good chat for like half an hour, just talking about the future, just talking about kind of where all this is going, because like this is kind of a crazy journey and a crazy ride that I'm on, that he's on, and we're both on together. So we had a great little chat pretty much right after I put the camera down there, and then I did a nice little workout, and now it's time to feast and watch the rest of that Joe Rogan Experience podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching my journey, following along, supporting the path. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys made it this far and you haven't smashed that like button, I'd love you to go smash that like button and leave some love in the comment section below. Again, I would be nothing without you guys, and it's all because of you guys that I'm continuing to do this journey, continuing to do all these crazy experiments. Again, I'd probably be doing them for myself anyways, but taking all this effort and energy to truly document it, to truly take you guys through the path. I'm just trying to be a human experiment here. I'm just trying to share as much as I can openly and honestly for you guys. So, and a little bit for myself, because this is just, I wouldn't feel comfortable with my life not doing this. So got a little bit of selfish reasons here, but again, all this effort and energy I put in and all this extra time, as I mentioned, I showed you guys the Nirvana song there, probably gonna get demonetized on this video. A lot of my videos, I haven't even been putting ads on just because of how crazy YouTube has been. So I would just love if you guys go leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.
Hold up. I am the Hungarian Experiment.